September 28th, 2016. The day started as usual for me, and I was going through the choirs like every other morning. I never expected I'm going to have an accident that day, because I had a very bad fall in the bathroom. I was not sure whether I had broken any bones, but ultimately I had to call my daughter, who came rushing to my house and said, there may be a fracture. Let us go to a hospital, take an X-ray, and then decide what to do. So somehow none of us have visited Kauvery hospitals by then. Somehow the consensus was that Kauvery Hospital is the first choice, and I was rushed, taken in a stretcher in an ambulance to the hospital, and immediately I was X-rayed, and what I was feared happened. I had totally broken the ball and socket joint, which rather disenabled me to walk, and I was writhing in acute pain that day. The doctors here said, immediately we can go for a surgery next day itself, for the simple reason all the parameters are good as far as concerned. But my sons from abroad, I have two sons abroad, both of them rang me up and said, please postpone it by a day, so we will be able to rush there by the earliest flight possible. But the pain was unbearable, one, and the doctors were very confident that with the parameters being good, it can be a successful surgery for me. And I jumped at it. Here I have to say one thing. Any patient or anybody who walks into a hospital should have a buoyant atmosphere. Some of the hospitals have gone, maybe because of various reasons, they were not very bright. The atmosphere was a little melancholy. But I think, being a patient, what I would expect and what I had seen in Kauvery Hospital was a total buoyancy because of the brightness of the atmosphere. And I was very confident. And I told my sons, the doctors who had spoken to me, from Dr. Aravindan onwards, they were all very confident about the success of the surgery, and so I will go through that, so that I will be in a better shape to meet you tomorrow when you come from abroad. Both of them agreed, and I went through the process of the surgery next day. And I was really amazed at the confidence the doctors had in their ability, and the pleasant manner with which they handled the whole thing gave me a lot of confidence, though it was slated as a major surgery. My daughter who was with me was with the doctors, and they said what will be the pros and cons of the surgery, and she had to give her signature for them to enable to have the surgery done on me. And right from the word go, as soon as the surgery was over, I felt the surgery was a total success, not even looking at the X-ray, because I could feel very, very comfortable. And I was amazed at the doctor's confidence, their ability to convince you, and the pleasant manner with which they gave you the confidence. It was a wonderful experience. I never felt I was a patient here. Not only the doctors were so very kind and understanding, even the nurses, both male and female, they were at your beck and call 24/7, which was, when you are lying in the hospital bed, depending on other people to do everything, and their ability to come over, meet you 24/7 with a cheerful face, added to the comfort of a patient and to me also. So the nurses were so good, and the male nurses also did a grand job. What I liked in Kauvery Hospital particularly, as I told you, was not only the brightness with which you enter the hospital, but also certain things which I had not experienced in any other hospital. Maybe it's very unique in Kauvery Hospital, I don't know. After the surgery, I was asked to leave the hospital, go back home in 4 days' time. Fourth day, I was back at home. When I was packing my things up, the nurses came there and said, the helpful things like spittoon, ounce glass, the various small things which you are lying and on which you are dependent during your illness, they're all indented for me or for any single patient. As long as you have used it, you have to take it home, sir. That was amazing, because I had seen some people, after they were released from the hospital, struggling to go to the market, get hold of a spittoon or bedpan, whatever it is. But here everything was packed neatly and handed over to me. And it helped me a lot in recovering while I was at home. And I would put it finally, I was amazed, totally amazed. Because for the last 1.5 months, after the surgery is over and when I am recouping at home, there were calls from nurses from the hospital asking me how I am feeling. I had never come across that follow-up so far in any hospital, and that amazed me, satisfied me, and it made Kauvery Hospital a special one to me. Thank you, Dr. Aravind. Thank you all the doctors. Thank you the nurses and all the staff for your kind attention to me, which made me recover very fast. Thank you.